Good morning and welcome to Studio 512. He's a decorated boxer with 31 wins and deemed one of the top boxers of his generation. Danny O'Connor recently released a book called Weight Class. It's a very personal memoir all about his eating disorder developed within his boxing career. He joins me now. We're so excited to have him here. Drove overnight from Colorado, so we appreciate that. But man, it's good to see you. How are you?
Oh, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Anytime I can talk about the book, I'm happy to.
Yeah, well, we're excited to learn more. Before we get into the book, why don't you tell me a little bit about your boxing career for people that may not be so familiar?
Sure. So I was a two-time national amateur champion in the same year. I was a 2008 Olympic alternate for the United States. I had a professional career, a WBC International Championship, and I fought on Showtime and ESPN and CBS Sports and major networks, and I was a pro for almost 15 years.
Very cool. And where the book comes in is this eating disorder that you kind of developed along the way, if you will. And I think what's really cool about this is why it's so important to you, it feels like, is because eating disorders within men specifically is something that's not really talked about. So like, why is now the time to share your story and make this more of kind of your advocacy work?
Well, first of all, the story is insane, so
Yeah.
I felt like it was my responsibility to share it because national statistics estimate that 10 million men are affected.
Yeah.
And when I was affected and I need something, there was no literature, there was no books, there was no one with the story. So I had to be the science experiment on myself to get through this journey. And so I felt like it was my responsibility to tell the world what I went through, to raise awareness and so that people can understand the severity of what an eating disorder is. I mean, it put me in the ICU and almost took my life numerous times. But I have two parallels here. Also, the way that I made that weight class, the unhealthy and unimaginable things I did to myself before the eating disorder, I also put my health at risk acutely. So I was putting my health at risk in the moment and for the future, which obviously developed into an eating disorder because it didn't happen overnight.
Yeah. What kind of walk people through maybe the mindset of, you know, when you're battling this, because obviously this was something you battled for years, and I'm sure in some way it kind of maybe lingers, and there's other people watching who are on this same kind of journey that you once were. So I'm curious, like, what advice do you have for them, and what's that mindset that you're kind of going through when you're battling this?
Don't quit. I think that's the biggest thing. Don't quit and don't lose hope. Eating disorders are very complex. You take like a drug addiction, right? You want to recover, you want to get sober, you have complete abstinence, and then you go about your way into recovery. Eating disorders is not like that. You can't quit food, right? So you have to take the out of control and put it back in control. But that was a mind bend, because if I knew how to be in control, I wouldn't be out of control in the first place. So you have to build a relationship with food that you're going to have for the rest of your life. And so it's a very complex, it was like 3 steps forward, 10 back, 2 forward, 5 back. And so I think the biggest thing was just not giving up. I knew that I wanted to get to a place where I could be free of the eating disorder and get my health back and get my life back. And so I just never gave up and never lost that resiliency when stuff got hard.
I feel like eating disorders, but also like our relationship with food is something that's often a trauma response for whatever that looks like for us. So why would you say that eating disorders, especially with men, are so overlooked, and also within kind of the sports industry?
I think it's awareness. I didn't know what an eating disorder was.
Right.
I thought I was just making weight for a sport, and even though I knew it was unhealthy, and in the moment, I didn't know that 10 years down the line, going back to what I thought normal eating would be, might not be an option. I had no idea what an eating disorder was, how it manifests in you, and how it affected you. So once I came to terms with it and started getting all this professional help, it was too late. I was already well deep into it and had already engrooved these habits over years.
Yeah. What are some maybe common warning signs that parents or family or loved ones can look for, or kind of be mindful of someone close to them that might be battling this?
There was a lot of isolation. You know, I call it a disorder of loneliness. I mean, outside of my wife and the professional team, no one in the world knew I had an eating disorder till I wrote a book and told the whole world. And so I think a lot of people, you know, they have told me since they've read the book that, like, oh, well, I remember you used to do this around food and that was weird. Well, yeah, it was weird but that's because I had all these weird habits that I was just hiding behind sport when really they were eating disorder.
Yeah, that's really fascinating. Now, as I mentioned, your advocacy work is a big part of all of this. So how do you kind of use your story to then advocate other young men to be able to get through this and really empower them?
I always wanted that connection with a guy. I never had a guy that I could readily be like, hey, what's going on with me? Because when I first came out of delusion and I understood what it was, I didn't know what was going on with my body. My mind was telling me one thing and my body was doing something else, and there was a total disconnect, and I didn't understand anything, and it was a scary time. I didn't know what was going on, and I didn't have that guy readily available to sit down and talk to, so I just wanted to put my story out there for anybody. And if you're affected, maybe it can be a foothold to get help, but ultimately, there's some kid somewhere in the world stepping into a weight class right now with no eating disorder. And I think it would be essential for him to read this book and have the information so he doesn't give himself one, because that's essentially what I did.
Yeah, that's powerful stuff right there. Yeah, I think that's really good. Now, one of the main reasons that we're so lucky to have you here in our studio today is because you have an event this weekend in Austin, so tell people about what's going on.
Yeah, Architect Boxing Gym. We are doing a boxing seminar and kind of a book signing, and I'm going to hang out with those guys for the whole weekend. They've been nice enough to allow me the space to promote the book, and I love to teach boxing. You know, it's obviously my craft, and whenever I can share the knowledge. So it's going to be a good couple of days, but Saturdays when we're doing that, Saturday morning, 9, 10 o'clock.
And is there tickets required, or can people just show up? How does this work?
Just show up. Okay, just show up to the gym. Check out the gym. It's a great community. A bunch of people, like-minded people, and you know, even if you don't, just come check out the gym. It's a local hotspot.
Yeah. Briefly, if there's one thing you want people to take away from this book after reading it, what would it be?
If you need help, get help. Don't be embarrassed. You know, find good supports that you trust that can have your back. My wife, I couldn't have done it without my wife. She was crucial to having my back all the time. So if you need help, get it.
I love that. And how can people get a copy of the book?
Amazon.
Amazon, easy enough. All right. Well, Danny, thank you so much for being here and sharing your story. We appreciate it. You guys, for your very own copy of Danny's book and some more information on what's happening, visit bitelikeaman.com.
The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Kalahari Resorts and Conventions. If you've been planning spring break and it's been feeling a little bit harder this year, you're not alone. Kalahari Resorts and Conventions teamed up with Atomic Research to survey 1,000 parents to talk about their spring break stressors. We're going to find out more about that survey and how to help families have fun with Assistant General Manager Brandon Wise of Kalahari Resorts and Conventions here in Round Rock.
Yeah, well, Rosie, moms and dads are telling us they're stressed about spring break. Really, it comes down to the kind of the time commitment it takes to plan, to coordinate, to travel, and then the finances behind it. Spring break isn't cheap. We have to make our efforts to make it affordable and make it reasonable.
And easy to get to when it's really close in Central Texas, because Round Rock is pretty accessible from anywhere in the area. Let's talk about the advantages of that.
Well, you just hit the nail on the head. It's a short drive down the road, really from anywhere in the area, but it's going to feel like a world away. Once you step in and everything's under the one roof, everything is taken care of. The biggest decision is picking what restaurant to eat at, and with 20 under one roof, you never have to leave. We make it feel like a world away, and it's just a short drive.
Just a short drive. I love to hear that. What's new this year for spring break?
What's new? Kalahari, if nothing else, loves a theme. This year is going to be a Hawaiian style. We're going to have a luau on Saturday the 14th and the 21st with a Kalua pork, roasted pig. We're going to have barbecue sauce because it's Texas and we have to. We're going to have Hawaiian huli huli sauce, luau dancers, fire dancers, that kind of stuff. It's going to feel like we're walking into the tropics.
And that's so true, because once you're on property, you get to enjoy all the wonderful amenities here. You never have to leave and have a great vacation all in one. Some really wonderful things I want to make sure that we touch on. Tomfooleries, the amazing water park. Can you talk to me about some of those?
Yeah, there's something for everyone, right? We have America's largest indoor water park at 220,000 square feet, and for spring break, the outdoor behind us will be open, and we're going to have another couple acres available. We have things for the little kids, 1 and 2 years old, or the medium kids with slides and rides. Then we have the thrill rides, the bigger ones for the bigger kids and the kids at heart. Also Tomfooleries Adventure Park with laser tag, a 5D action ride, ropes courses and roller coasters. For those looking for something quieter, it doesn't always have to be about the activities or the kids. We can go to the spa and escape. We can go to Red's Piano Bar.
Wow, sounds like a lot of fun. So if someone's still on the fence about booking, to come here to Kalahari for spring break, what would you say?
I'd tell them it's easy. It's a short drive up the road. The biggest stressor we've heard is it needs to be affordable. And once you're here, access to the water park is included. So that's already there. And it's a drive. We don't have to deal with the mess that is traveling through the air right now, right? A 30-minute drive-ish up the road, and you're here, leave all those worries behind.
So how do we start booking tickets?
That's the easy part. It's just kalahariresorts.com/Texas.
Sounds good to me. Brandon, thank you so much.
Thank you.
To purchase your tickets, head to kalahariresorts.com/Texas. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Kalahari Resorts and Conventions.
Y'all, we are out here hanging out with Willie and friends at this year's Luck Reunion, standing in front of the Worth and Worth hat wall. I am here with artist Lily Meola. She'll be performing later tonight. So excited to be speaking with her. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great. How excited are you to be here at Luck Reunion?
I'm very excited. This is one of my favorite places to be. Each year, it's the best.
Yeah. So you and Willie just released a song just a few weeks ago. Tell me a little bit about creating that song with him and what it's been like to collaborate with him.
Well, Willie is one of the most amazing humans in the entire world, so for him to play on the song and sing on the song was just a dream come true. And hearing his voice on the song that has like such a interesting perspective from someone my age and someone his age just makes it so much more special to me. I don't know.
No, I think that's really cool. What's really unique about you is you grew up in Hawaii, but now you're based in Nashville. So who were maybe some of your earliest music influences, and at what point did you know, like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, growing up, I listened to a lot of Joni Mitchell and Cat Stevens, Carole King, James Taylor, Dolly Parton, Willie, obviously. And yeah, I think that my musical journey has kind of evolved over the years, and I've never felt more at home than I am right now in this record that I'm about to put out.
Yeah. Now, if I have my facts right, you had a little appearance on America's Got Talent a few years ago. Is that right?
Yeah, I did.
Tell me about that experience in getting Heidi Klum's Golden Buzzer.
Honestly, mind-blowing. Yeah, I went completely alone. I didn't tell anyone I was going, and didn't expect anything. I just saw it as like a really beautiful opportunity to share the message of my song Daydream with as many people as possible, and it way overexceeded my expectations. I was blown away.
Yeah. Now, obviously, your success is your own earned success, but do you feel like being a part of that show kind of aided in maybe some of the fame that you've had and success you've had?
Yeah, I mean, my music journey has been quite a journey of lots of ups and downs, rounds and abouts. But yeah, for sure. I mean, that song and that moment kind of opened up my world a lot. Yeah,
I think that's really cool. Now, this dress is very fun, very cool, very unique. Can you tell me a little bit about your fashion sense?
Ooh, well, I don't know. I like to craft.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of my outfits that I wear on stage and out in the world are kind of a product of my crazy craft brain. And
did you make this dress?
Well, I didn't sew the dress, but I embroidered it.
Very cool. I love that. How long you been embroidering?
I don't know.
You're like, I just picked it up.
Yeah. But I did this on the flight here, and then kind of like in the car, and when we had little extra moments.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about Mr. Willie Nelson?
Favorite thing? How am I supposed to choose?
You pick.
Probably his wit.
His wit. Interesting. I feel like that's not something we see enough of.
Yeah, he's so funny.
Yeah, I love that. All right, so you're at Luck Reunion now. You just released a song with Mr. Willie Nelson. You've got lots of other music out. What's kind of ahead for you? What's coming up this year that you can tease for us?
Oh, well, this year's a big year for me. I'm putting out my debut album. And I feel like I've been working on it for my whole life. So cool. I'm so excited. A few of the singles have come out, Tumbleweeds and Chewing Gum being one of them with Willie. And yeah, it drops this summer.
Yeah. So right now we're about an hour west-ish of Austin. What's your favorite thing about being here in Austin, Texas?
Ooh, probably the food.
What food specifically?
Barbecue.
Is there a specific place you've tried that you love?
Well, I mean, Terry Black's is amazing.
Well, of course. Standard, yeah.
That's a standard. I feel like I don't know what people are going to think about this.
Okay.
I remember having it here when it was just a food truck.
Okay.
Torchy's Tacos.
No way. My wife and I were just talking about Torchy's last night because it's so good, but people don't think about it, I feel like.
Yeah, well, so I had it when it was a food truck, and I was coming from Maui, so we didn't have a ton of fun things to eat. I mean, we have a great variety of fun stuff on Maui to eat, but you don't get to branch out and try new things, and I tried a fried avocado taco.
Fried avocado taco. That sounds absolutely incredible. All right, Torchy's Taco. That's legit. How can people keep up with you and what's going on in your journey?
Oh, keep up with me. I guess the best way would be on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so just the good old social.
The good old social media.
And they can check out your music on all streaming platforms?
Yeah, all streaming platforms.
All right, very good. Well, we're excited to see you perform later here at Luck Reunion. Welcome to Texas. It's always a pleasure having you here.
Thank you. So good to meet you. Thank you.
We're here at the South by Southwest premiere for Chili Finger. You guys, we're going to chat with producers, directors, and stars of this film, so let's get to talking. So John, let's start with this. What was it like getting to play Blake Jr. in this film?
It was like, it was just fun. Everything was, it was, the cast was wonderful. We had a great time.
Yeah.
So, it was a party interrupted by work.
I love that. Okay, two kind of silly questions for you. Let's start with this. Obviously, the film is based off a finger allegedly being found in Chile. What's something that you would hope to find in your Chile that's kind of random?
A bandage.
A bandage? Why?
Why would you want to find a bandage in your food? Like a used Band-Aid, wadded up?
What's your favorite way to have chili? Like if you're making your chili bowl, what's in it?
It depends. I like to make it with, I know this is unforgivable in Tejas, but meat and beef.
Okay.
Yeah, and just let it cook forever. I used to just put it on, have a six-pack, come back, see if it was good. But I don't do that anymore.
Well, look at you, you're growing up. Okay, now, obviously, Righteous Gemstones wrapped last year. Tell me what the role of Eli Gemstone meant to you in working on that show.
It meant getting to hang with a lot of really good people and smart writers, and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Shot in a great area, and Danny, I just trusted him with my life, and it was fun.
Yeah.
Walton Goggins is astounding. One of the best actors I've ever worked with.
I love that. I love that. Okay, John, I'm also a Missouri State alum, and so I have to. Yes, and so I have to know, what do you love most about Missouri State?
Boy, just the area.
Yeah.
I mean, the Ozarks. It's grown up so much since I was there. I mean, it's huge now. But I'm going to go back at the end of April.
Okay.
And yeah, it's like the 100th anniversary of Route 66 or something, so they have a big celebration down there. And I'm going to go there and loiter in front of an audience for a while.
Yeah. I love that. Okay, final question. What's your favorite thing about Texas? Anything fun, or Austin, anything fun you plan to do while you're here?
I haven't had time.
You haven't had time?
I could go over to Imogene and Lily's.
Okay, there you go. All right.
Yeah.
Very good.
I got an order waiting for me over there.
Very good. Well, John, thank you so much. For more from all of our South by Southwest coverage and more from A-List, visit KXAN.com and follow us on social media.